Hello there, this is Sheldon again. Welcome back to iOS tutorials. Today I'm going to talk about how to use NSCache to realize the TableView Lazy Loading images. So for some instance or for some scenarios, you may be required to download images into your table view. But when you swipe up and down your table view, your images in your table view may be loaded again and again. So in some cases, you need to hold all these images either in the cache or in the local file manager. So today I'm going to show you how can we use NSCache to realize lazy loading those images in your table view. So let's get started. Here we go at Xcode. Basically, I create one single view controller project, but I just simply delete the default view controller because we're going to use a UI table view controller. So for here, I create one model class called item, as you can see here. I prepare 7 URL strings for 7 high resolution images. It will take longer time to download, so you will see more clearly about the process of downloading and loading images. So within this class, we're gonna have one name string and one image string. We will have an init method. When we init our item, we will need to take a name string and an image string as the input. And I define one more class called make items. So using this make items, we can generate an array of this item class with 7 names from item 1 to item 7, and using those 7 strings, default strings. So we're gonna have 7 items in our array. So let's go to the storyboard and simply drag a UI view controller here, and don't forget to set this one as initial view controller. And now let's create one class. And we need subclass UI table view controller, and let's not change the name. Okay, so we need to make our class controller link to this table view controller as we defined here. Okay, so here, let's first generate our array. So now we just defined the items array, which is an array of item objects. So let's give the value of this items array using using this method called make items. So here we're gonna use item.make items. So I'm here I'm making a kind of classic error or classic mistake that you cannot create an instance using your class method, because we're using a class and invoke its class method, but we're try to generate an object or instance out of a class method. Definitely it will give you an error, and this error is very hard to understand. So the way to solve it is we need to first make an instance of item using this. We can give empty value or whatever value there. Just the reason we're creating this instance is only to use this instance to invoke the method to create an instance result, which is our items array. So here, if we want, we can print our items array. And let's run our project really quick. So here, as you guys can see in the console, we are printing out the whole array of items. Although it will only show the map physical address, it will show we're printing an item object. It will not show the values there, but indeed it shows we're printing 7 items here. So we can use this array to update our table view. First of all, we need to make our number of sections to be 1, number of rows to be items array dot count. Okay, so next we're going to set up our cell for row at index path. Let's quickly define a new cell class. In the storyboard, we can drag a cell file here. To make it clearer, I'm gonna make the image bigger. And make our name kind of smaller. Quickly set up the auto layout 0 0 0 0 and width, let's make it 60 and make this image as 5 5 5. So we're defining the label first and then attaching the image view on top, left, right, and top, left, bottom, and right. But actually we can make this bigger, or I think this is enough. Make the text in center. So let's drag the IBOLIS for the file, for the cell file. Oh yeah, first we need to define the cell. The identifier is reusable identifier, which is copied from our class, and here we need to define the cell as TableView cell. Okay, and now we can drag our label here. If we zoom in a little bit, I guess. Name label as well as image view, img view. You cannot name it image view because it's already defined by default, so you can only change your name. Okay, we're done for our cell class, and let's get back to our view controller class, which, as you can see, I copied this reusable identifier for our cell, and we need to typecast it as TableView cell. In which case, we can use cell dot image img view. Okay, we're not accessing it because we're having it indeed. Cell.image view. Now, yes, we can access our image view. Okay, so first let's try our name label. Text is equal to item array at index path dot row dot name string. And also we need to put question mark after it. Okay, let's quickly run our project. As we can see, the items name, at least they are showing. Okay, so now it's time to download our images. One thing to notice that I'm taking some image from HTTPS and some of them are from HTTP. So we need to do something on our ATS settings. Okay, so here we're gonna use one more thing called in the info.plist. We're gonna need this app transport security settings here to allow downloading things from HTTP links. So again, as I mentioned in many of my other tutorials as well, this is technically fine, but it's not the best choice. So when you download something from HTTP, you need to make sure you make a whitelist, and anything from HTTP may be only allowed to download only if it's in your whitelist. But for now, this is good to download anything from HTTP link. Okay, so we need to download things now. So first, let's get the data and equal to NS data with URL, I think. Yeah, contents of URL, this one. So we're gonna need our yeah, let's actually do one more thing. So first, let's define our item using items array index path the row here. So we can simplify our sentence here by item to find our name string. Okay, so same for the URL. We only need to use item dot image string to get the string, but here we need an URL instead of the string, so we're gonna need URL dot string. Okay. Same. We need let the system to decide where to put the exclamation mark. So now we're having our data here, so we can use cell.image img view.image is equal to UI image with data, and this data need to be typecast to be data. And one more exclamation mark. Okay, so let's run our project. Yes, so things are downloaded but just too small. We need to make it bigger. Let's use a delegate method from the table view. We can use height for row at index path. We're gonna return 100 there for every row. So in this case, our image will be bigger as well. Yes, as you can see here, images are bigger. Still not enough. Let's make it 300. Okay, so as you can see, when you swipe up, there will be a lot of lag, because when you swipe until, for example, for item 5 until this point, when you swipe up a little bit, it will load your table view's 6th row, but it will make sure you download your image first and then download, which is wrong, because this will give your image view, a table view, a huge lag. So we need to put the download in the background thread. So we're gonna use dispatch queue global and async. So now we're accessing a global queue, and in there we can get our image downloaded, and we need to update our downloaded image in the main queue. So also we need to put dispatch queue main.async again. So if you have any confusion here, I have posted one image downloading, multi-threading tutorial there in my channel, so you can understand why this is happening. So after we put this pair of dispatch global and then get back to the main queue, let's run our project again to see what's gonna happen. So the table will be loaded once you hit this, once you reach this view controller. When you swipe up, it won't slow you down, but it will download your images with a kind of a blink. That's an issue that you don't want it to happen, because you only want to download one time, and after this time your table view image will be never downloaded again. So there's two ways, as I mentioned at the beginning of this tutorial. The first way to make every image in the cache only, which is in the RAM. So it will, once you pop this wheel controller or dismiss this wheel controller, you will need to download again. The second way is that you use some local saving system, for example file manager or core data, or even using plist. You can still saving images. If you guys request in the comment, I can do more tutorial about core data as file manager, as well as saving using plist. So basically what you want is only download the image only once, and as you can see, some images are wrong, but eventually after you swipe it, it will be the correct one, but sometimes it will blink and give you the wrong image in between. So we're gonna solve it, or in this tutorial we're gonna use our NSCache to solve it. So let's define NSCache here. And we're gonna need a little bit type casting here, as it popped up. You cannot define generic tab. You need to it's like a dictionary, so you're gonna need a string as a key, and any object has a value. I just want to show you there. So So in this case, we're gonna save our image in our cache here. So when we show our image, we have the first priority. Instead of downloading images from there, we need to show our images. So first we need to save those images in our cache. Cache dot object for key. So because the image name is already unique, so we can use our image name as the key. Item dot name string as the key, and we're gonna save cell.image. Actually, we can use this. We will save the image in the cache. Oh, sorry, we used the wrong method. We need to use set object. This is to get the object. We need to use this one instead to set the object. So key, we're using image name, and the value we're giving UI image objects. Okay, so now we're good in saving NS objects into NSCache. And the reason we need self here is because this is in a block. We need, when we access this, we need to put one more self here. So when we swipe down, everything is saved, but we are not showing the process, but at least we're saving it. Okay. Now we need a logic to check if the cache is there. So if cache dot object, so we need better to use if let image is equal to cache dot object for key item dot name string. So in this case, we are making sure this image is not nil. All right, and we need one more exclamation mark or typecasting. Okay, so in this case, we are making our image view dot image is equal to img. Else we will, else we're gonna download the image from the internet. Let me clean all these usage statements. And okay, let's run our project. So the first, initially the images are not there, so it will download and save it into NSCache. But after everything is downloaded, it will not download again. It only will show the exact image, and there will be no blink anyways. So it will show all the images clear and stable there. So this is magic from the NSCache. You're saving all this information in the cache, and once, as I said, once you pop your view controller here or dismiss view controller here, your data will be lost. Okay, so I think this is pretty much about it. Today I just want to show you the way to use NSCache. Again, as I said, if you guys request core data as file manager as well as plist saving, I can do it for you. I mean, definitely I will do it for the future. It just depends on which one you guys want me to do first and after. Again, I for this time I spend a lot of time in downloading and configuration the cells. Also, if you don't like this, just leave any comments. I can make this preparation time for the image for the table view and downloading process shorter. Okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you have any question or suggestions, please leave comments, and also please subscribe. I will post more interesting and useful tutorial in the future. Yeah, see you in next tutorial. Bye.